So this is Blōma, the generative design tool by creativeai. Now today I'm running a scenario where I've been asked by a sports brand client who is running an ad campaign to produce some visuals for that campaign. And I'm going to use Blōma to design these visuals for them over the next few minutes or so. So I'll begin that process by selecting the formats I want to design for. So this campaign is going to run on Instagram, so I'm going to select both of the Instagram formats here, the story and the square. And they also want to run some print, so I'm going to select the A4 portrait format here as well for a total of 3 different formats. And then I'll proceed to enter the content for these designs. That begins with the background, which could be a solid color or an image for which we support Unsplash and different image banks. But in this case, I have been given the specific image by the client that they want to use, which I'll just select here, which is of this basketball player here. And now Blōma is analyzing this image for me, and now it has already actually done so, and is suggesting where I might want to focus my designs on in this image. So it's suggesting this basketball player here as well as the basketball itself. I'll select the basketball player along with its focal point here and adjust it a little bit to just let Blōma know where exactly I wanted to focus those designs on. And then I can proceed to adding more content, which in this case will be a foreground element for which I'll use this vector logo right here. And then I'll add also the headline that goes with these ads, which will be something like "Fortune favors the brave." And there I have the content for these designs. And now Blōma is asking me to define a visual hierarchy for this content as well, which means I can let Blōma know which elements it should emphasize more than others in these results. So let's say I want this background image, the basketball player, to be more prominent in general than the logo is. I can drag it above the logo in the hierarchy here to instruct Blōma to do so. And once I'm happy with the hierarchy, I'll proceed to styling the content. So in this case, Blōma has been previously taught about 2 different brand style guides. One is for the Slush event that we were at a couple of weeks ago, and one is for this sports brand, which I will select here. And when I do so, Blōma is applying the on-brand styles of this sports brand to each element I have added before, which includes things like text colors, typefaces, and as well as image treatments. I'm still free to add and remove styles at this point, but I'm pretty happy with these brand style guides as they are, so I'll just move forward immediately, which will actually then instruct Blōma to start designing some layout suggestions for me. And now it's giving me some Instagram story formats here, which are these upright formats right here. It has designed a number of suggestions for me, and I can also use this watch navigation here on top to explore this generative space further, to look at the different typefaces that I selected earlier that are on brand for this client, how they look with the specific content. Perhaps different image treatments as well, to see how these different visual styles interact with this content. Now I do want to turn this campaign around as well, so I'll also start selecting some of the best layouts here for delivering the client. And let's say I want this Instagram story form design here, but I would like this basketball player to be just a little bit to the left than what Blōma is suggesting it to be in. I'll just select that for direct editing here, open it up here, and select the background element here, and just adjust it a little bit to the left here to make it just the way I like it. So every suggested design by Blōma is still adjustable by the designer at this point, which includes the background. I could also adjust the foreground and text elements if I wanted to. But I like it the way it is. I'll just select this one to my exported layouts, and I'll move over to the Instagram square formats to look how these designs are turning out. There's a couple of ones I like here. I'll just select this one, as well as, let's say, that one here. Maybe a couple of different options for the client to choose from, and then move over to the A4 print layouts here as well. And this first one here is pretty good. I'll just take that one, maybe another one to go with that as well. Let's take this one. And now I have collected 1 or 2 different designs for each format for delivery. I could select as many as I wanted, but this should do for this particular campaign. I can export them, download them to my disk, and deliver them to the client. So I just designed this social media campaign for this client in the space of 5 minutes or so.